the narrative. My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children.
Yeah.
And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy?
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got Mowry. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe. So, man, I happened to come across this video a couple of days, not even a couple of days ago, but yesterday. I actually did a TikTok video on it. And this right here, this goes to show why, men are incentivized in America not to marry. This is why marriage is just bad all the way around for men, right? Because we have women who think like this. Literally, the majority of your women in America think just like her. Literally. Wait till you see the video, man. But it just makes no sense, man, because she's the age that she is, right? I ain't even gonna hold y'all longer. Let's go ahead and watch it.
One of my friends, she sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce. And it's all about, this perspective, in my opinion, and just changing the narrative. My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children.
Yeah.
And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy? Are they thriving? Are they growing? And I feel like that is what is most important. It's not about staying in something because however long you are in that situation, that equals success. It's about really, again, are you happy? Because life is really short.
Yeah.
And I have so many problems with that. Number one, she said that her marriage is perfect. She said that her marriage with Corey was perfect. If the marriage was perfect, why are you divorcing? If the marriage is perfect, why are you divorcing? We are living in a time where women believe that, if you are simply just not happy for the smallest of things, if you are unhappy, you can just up and leave. You can just up and leave. Even though you have everything that you want, even though that you have everything that you need, you still, if you're bored, if you get upset one time, if something inconveniences you one time amongst that man, you gotta leave. And it makes no sense. So now you become a single mother. Now you're becoming a statistic. This is why people will tell you 70 to 80% of women initiate divorce. These women initiate divorce for absolutely no reason. The fact that your relationship is perfect, but you still divorced, that means you're divorced for no reason. You are out here, man, having these kids now have to grow up in two different households because of your actions. Because you said, you know what, hey, I feel like, I want to do something else. So boom. So you decide to move on. And the thing is, right, she said, man, curriculum. She said she look at the marriage as a curriculum. People, that is what premarital counseling is for. You learn about the ins and outs of marriage before you get into a marriage with anybody. You learn the in and outs of marriage before you jump into a marriage with anybody. That's a fact. That is a fact. You know this. You know this is day one. That's what you're supposed to do. For people that don't know what premarital counseling is, because she obviously don't know what it means, and she's at her big old age. Premarital counseling supports couples to build a healthy and solid foundation ahead of the long-term commitment. Not short-term, but long-term commitment.
When they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy?
Of marriage. It also helps couples to identify areas of conflict in the relationship and provide effective tools to address those areas to prevent them from becoming serious issues in the future. That is what premarital counsel is for. Not to sit up here, man, and jump into the damn marriage and then try to say, well, you know what? I look at marriage as a curriculum, something that I gotta learn. No, you learn that before you jump into the marriage. You're wasting people's time, people. You're wasting people's time when you sit over here and jump into the marriage and you think like this. Well, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna use this marriage as a learning block for my next marriage, because that's what it's looking like. She's going to use this marriage that she's in, or that she just got out of, as a teaching lesson for another marriage. Why would you do that? You're wasting people's time. You're wasting people's time. Now you're a single mother. Now your kid's going to have to sit over here and deal with that deficit because of your idea. Because this is how a lot of women in Western society thinks. They think that you can just sit over here and just up and just leave for any reason. And this is why, man, marriage rates are low. Nobody wants to marry somebody, man, that thinks like this. Then she sit up here and say, man, you know what? Hey, you know, people think, man, that marriage is about long term. It's about, you know, longevity. Then why the hell are you marrying if you're not looking to marry for long term? Is that not the purpose of marriage? To be with somebody for the rest of your life? But she's not hooked to reality. A lot of women that are like this, these be a little spiritual women. These are your women, man, that's just a detriment to society. I'm gonna just be honest with you. What do you think she is out here? What do you think she is telling other girls? What do you think she is telling other women? Hey, man, look, if you're not happy in a situation, just leave. Even though the situation is perfect for you, the slightest inconvenience, leave. It makes absolutely no sense. And what people have to understand is this is why I don't freaking really believe in goddamn, you know, happy wife, happy life. Because if your man ain't happy, if your man ain't doing good, how can he sit over here and make sure that you're doing good? See, it's only about women. It's only about women. But it's never about the man. It's never about men. What can he do to get together? Because he's a pillar of this household. So if he's doing good, if he's all right, then I know for a fact I'm going to be good, because he's going to make sure I'm good. But once again, in America, women don't think about that. In America, women don't care about that. This woman right here leads the nation of women that you see today. This woman right here leads all your feminists, all your women who believe in women empowerment and independent women or whatever. You're a single mother now. You just add into statistics. So now you're a part of that 70-80% of divorce, initiating a divorce amongst women. You're a part of the 70 to 80% of black women that are single mothers. You're just adding, and she's trying to make it seem as if this is something that is good. Divorce is never good. Divorce is never good. And then to divorce for the reason that she gave us, we don't know the true exact reason. But if you're sitting up here telling me, first of all, we all know who Corey Hardwick is, man. If you watch him, you look at him, he's a prime example of a good man, and you're giving that up. And then on top of that, she sat here and said, you know, our relationship was perfect, but yet you divorced. You'd rather be a single mother than a wife. And once again, this is why I say this society, especially in the black community, we love the single mother culture. Black women embrace that single mother culture. Instead of sitting over here being somebody's wife, she don't want to be told, hey man, look, you gotta look this certain way, you gotta look that certain way. And you see all her pictures, it's of her and her kids. Where's the baby daddy at? And this is what I see amongst a lot of my sisters. Anytime I see a bunch of kids in some pictures, right, their own kids, I don't ever see the baby father, for plenty of reasons. But my thing is, though, if y'all relationship was so perfect, he should have been in those pictures too. If y'all relationship was so perfect, you would not have divorced him. Y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, leave me a subscribe.